Good afternoon folks, 21st Century Caveman here. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's happy. So just a quick update on the renovation project then, just to let you know where we are and where we're going. You may recall that we were boarding over the ceilings. So I've boarded over all of the ceilings in the bedrooms with 15mm plasterboard. And the reason for doing that wasn't because there was anything really wrong with the existing ceiling. It was simply the case that there's no insulation above the ceiling, and I didn't want to have to pull everything down to insulate above it, so I thought the easiest way to deal with it would simply be to board it over and then either skim it or deal with it in some way. All the ceilings therefore have been done. There's one or two little bits left, so for example where there are gaps, they need to be filled in. I'm going to fill those in with bonding. I've just got to decide whether to get the ceilings skimmed or whether to tape them and fill all the cracks, and whether to simply paint them, paper them. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. It's something which I'm sort of thinking about at the moment. Now the thing is, these ceilings are quite big, and my right arm, which is my main arm, the arm I plaster with, isn't very strong at all, and if I do lots of intensive plastering, then it creates problems for my arm. So therefore I just think these ceilings are too big for me to skim on my own. The small one will be alright, but this is just too big for me to do on my own. I do, I'm a DIY plasterer. I don't do it for a living. I work in an office, and also because I don't do this frequently, I just don't think I'll be quick enough, basically. So if I do decide that I want these skimming over, then I'm going to have to pay somebody to do the large rooms. I think it'll cost me about 250 quid or thereabouts if I tape all of the joints before they start. Once again, gaps like this, they need to be filled in with bonding. So small bedroom then, and you can see that I've had a really good tidy up. I've spent a couple of hours vacuuming and wiping everywhere down, basically, because it's one of those things whereby, you know, if you're working in a nice, tidy and clean environment, or at least as clean as it can be, it just makes you feel a bit better when you come back to the property to work again, rather than just being completely miserable and depressing. So this is the small bedroom, that's the ceiling. We've done that. Okay. So you will also recall that all of the floors on the first floor, below all of these boards, it's been fully insulated with 200mm of loft insulation. Now, one of the consequences of doing that is the fact that in order to lift these chipboard floor panels, they were nailed down, they weren't screwed down, so it wasn't simply the case that I could unscrew them and lift them, they were nailed down. And if anybody's ever tried to lift panels which have been nailed down, they just disintegrate if you're not careful. They're virtually impossible to lift, if they've been nailed, and without actually damaging them extensively. So one of the consequences is we've got loads and loads of holes on here, 1-inch diameter holes. Now at some point in the very near future, I'm going to have to think about flooring, and these holes need to be filled. Now I've got one or two ideas about how to fill them, but I thought I'd actually put it out to you guys in the audience. Now I'm very fortunate because I get a wide mix of people watching the videos on my channel. Some of them are very good DIYers, some of them haven't got a clue, but also I get quite a few tradesmen watching and commenting on my videos. For example, qualified plasterers, joiners, carpet fitters, tilers. I get a wide range of people actually, so I'm very fortunate. But anyway, look, I want to put it out there to those people who watch my channel and, are either good DIYers or tradespeople. If this is the issue which you had to deal with, how would you deal with it? How would you go about filling these holes here in order to prepare for, say for example, for fitting carpet? almost certain it will be carpet. There won't be any laminate flooring on here. So I just thought I'd put it out there really, just to get some feedback from you guys, because I do listen to what you guys have to tell me. I want to say, guys, I'm obviously talking to gals as well. So what do you reckon then? If this is your problem, if this was the challenge what you had to sort out, what would you do with it? And the point really is the fact that it's nice to get feedback from people like yourselves. You know, I'm very fortunate because I do get lots of constructive feedback. And also, there's no point in trying to reinvent the wheel. If somebody's actually dealt with a problem like this in the past, I'd be very keen to hear what they have to say and how it sort of coincides with what my thoughts are. Anyway guys, that's just a sort of a very quick update on where we are at the moment. The next thing I have to do, basically, just to finish off this video then, I need to start filling in where these channels here, look, where they've been the plaster's been removed in order to for the rewiring to take place. So that's something I want to start ASAP. So there's loads of work here. Look, I mean, the whole house has been completely rewired. Lots of work to do. I'm actually quite looking forward to getting stuck into that. And I've got one or two ideas about that as well, which I'm going to come back to you guys about. So look, you know, there's loads of stuff to do. This is just the top floor. Every bedroom there's multiple things to do. Anyway guys, I'm going to call it, I'm going to leave it at that. So get back to me and put your comments down below the video, and I'll be really keen to hear from you. Cheers.